You know, I went to bed one night and woke up the next, and Bobby Witt Jr. had 300 million. So the Royals know how to make things happen. They can get it done.
Some community leaders say there's still time to change that community benefits agreement that's been announced by the Chiefs and Royals today. Tonight, we're hearing what people like Terrence Wise think of that agreement. It's worth more than $260 million. Welcome to Fox 4 News at 10 o'clock tonight. I'm Kevin Barry.
I'm Lauren Halifax. The Royals and the Chiefs say the money will be used to provide economic relief for Jackson County. The Royals say these funds will be governed by a board that's appointed by the Jackson County Legislature. That board will distribute the money. The team says they have a goal of having 43% of the construction businesses involved in the project be minority or women-owned. And they say they're committed to affordable housing, child care benefits for their workers, and supplemental education for urban youth. The Chiefs CBA has the same goal for minority and women-owned businesses in the renovations at Arrowhead. It also has an initiative dealing with children and families. It's focused on youth programming.
But business leaders in the East Crossroads neighborhood say they wouldn't see a dime of that $260 million, even with the ballpark potentially being put on their doorstep. Fox 4's Jacob Sloan's been hanging out in the Crossroads district talking to them today. Jacob?
Kevin, like you said, that Community Benefits Agreement Board, those folks would be elected by the teams themselves and be approved by the Jackson County Legislature. Now, that money would go to fund education, affordable housing, and health care, but businesses here in the East Crossroads probably not going to see any of that.
Please just go and leave it alone.
Rural Grit brings local musicians together at the Brick, just a few feet away from the proposed Royal site. Rick Johnson, who's a musician himself, is concerned.
The Brick would have to survive years and years of construction, and then Brick would also have to survive changes in property taxes.
Not only that, but he's worried the arts and music crowd will be forced out of the neighborhood.
Those things would end up being diluted and ultimately dispersed. The thing that would drive this neighborhood would be the thing that would be perceived as most profitable, which would be sports bars, t-shirt shops.
The community benefits agreements announced today are only at the county level. Mayor Sly James says it's up to the CBA board and the county to determine where that money is allocated.
The money should be used under the auspices of the county to do good works, to cover education, housing, all sorts of different things.
But one place that this $260 million will not go is to local businesses like the Brick and organizations like Rural Grit. Even if money is allocated to them, Johnson says it's not enough.
For us, we cannot be bought and sold. It is not useful to write us a check. It does nothing. It would be increasingly hard for us to find a home, never mind one that does everything that we need the Brick to do.
Even those who would benefit from the CBAs, like Stand Up KC, say the deal doesn't focus on their needs.
They haven't addressed the needs of working poor folks in the community, and they haven't put anything on the table that's going to truly transform the community as well.
Wise says there's still time to change it before the vote on April 2nd.
John Sherman, Clark Hunt, Mark Donovan, as a whole, have a lot of power in this. They can come down tomorrow and bring a CBA to the table that truly addresses the needs of Kansas Cityans and that's truly fair. And the ball's in their court.
It's worth noting that the agreements from the teams today are just with the county. Former Mayor Sly James told us today that the teams, at least the Royals, plan on agreements with the Crossroads Community Association, public schools, and more, Kevin.
Meanwhile, voting continues on that sales tax as well. Thank you. Jacob Sloan live in the Crossroads district tonight.